Hey guys, Max here, and wanted to give a bit of a showcase on a couple of things on Wolverine. Now that he's out officially in the game as a 6-star, and we have a chance here with the CCP Content Creator Program to do some testing. I want to give some testing as this is an old school OG champion, which came out when I started playing the game, so it takes me back very, very long time. Years. So here we're seeing a speed up fight as a rank 3 SIG 1, just to see without any synergies, just the champion alone, to see how he performs when it comes to the bleed, taking down the punching bag of Winter Soldier. That was a 2-minute, 32-second fight with bleeds of 12,000. Now we're going to bring in this synergy team. Now Viv is in there for no reason at all. Just know that because I was testing her earlier. She's in, and now, though, we do have a team with Recoil, still rank 3, and Apocalypse is doing a huge benefit here, especially with the critical bleeds, as you can tell. Look at those critical bleeds are bleeding just over 2,000, I think I saw, which makes an incredible difference. So if you can afford to have Apocalypse in your team, if you get Wolverine, you're going to see a huge benefit, huge difference when it comes to your performance, how much bleed those critical bleeds deal and damage. I was impressed. Again, this is only at a rank 3 1-star, rank 3 SIG 1. Now, later in the video, I am going to just, obviously, I'm going to take over. You're going to see me live and just talk about certain, fights. We're going to do health path farming. We're going to do Horseman testing, fully boosted to the teeth. Every single boost possible that I can throw onto Wolverine to see how he performs. Of course, it's not realistic, but you can see some big damage and big bleeds. So now, compared to over 2 minutes, he did this fight in 1 minute and 8 seconds, just adding a couple of synergy teams. A lot of it had to do with that plus 30 critical rating, plus an additional 40 critical damage rating when bringing that Apocalypse synergy. Now, did love, I think, this Captain Marvel fight. Again, as long as the opponent can bleed, guys, Wolverine is going to take that champion down fast with the synergy team. And it doesn't matter, which is the beautiful thing about this, is if he's running... Now he's a Horseman, by the way. It doesn't matter if you're running Recoil, you're taking bleed and poison damage. It does not matter because the way Wolverine is... If you have him at SIG 200, you're going to heal tons of health back, especially if you can hold your power. The more you hold your power, the higher his healing gets when it comes to Wolverine. Beautiful setup. But guys, hope you enjoy this content on Wolverine. If there's anything else you want to see, let me know. There's another video dropping on just comparing him to Battlegrounds. Is he worth adding to your deck? 49 seconds, guys. 49 seconds on this fight. But drop a like, leave some comments down below if there's something extra you want to see. If you enjoy this, I'll see you on the next video. All right, guys. So that test right there was just with a rank 3 6-star. SIG 1. His basically SIG ability is basically just for his healing factors, not his damage and the amount of damage he's putting out. So when it comes to his bleeds, we're going to go in and see how much damage he's doing now at a rank 4 when it comes to a Horseman, okay? See how fast we can take down these champions. We're just going to go through a blitz, make him a Horseman, and just go in there. And honestly, I'm hoping to be surprised when it comes to how fast he does this content. So can't wait to get in there and just knock it all out. All right, so we're going to knock out a run at the moment to see how much damage we can do, as he is now going to be a Horseman starting from Captain Marvel. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see how fast we can get through this content here. This is a rank 4 SIG 1, by the way. Again, his SIG ability is just for his healing. Look at those bleeds. We're just stacking them. And then he's, by the way, fully boosted at the moment, running recoil setup. And being very careful, but look at my healing. We're going to go for a special 2. 26 hits. How fast was that? How fast was that? 30 seconds, 139,000 bleeds. We're going to go right into fight number 2. My goodness. This might be your new champion to farm health pots with. If he's taking 30-second fights, of course, I don't think you're going to be fully boosted to do 30-second fights, but "32 seconds on a juggy." Wow. Okay, this one took a little bit longer. 40 seconds. So one of the tests that I want to do is about farming revives, or excuse me, farming health pots. So one of the things we know is that Winter Soldier can be farmed. There's a couple of champions that can do this, but we're going to go ahead and test this out with Wolverine at SIG 200, okay? Because I'm assuming with this team and synergy, he might be sustainable to be able to like auto farm possibly 2 fights without you having to do anything at all, you know. So let's just take a look. I have no control, as you can tell. The AI is fighting itself. They're both fighting itself, but I haven't done this fight at all. This test is my first time doing this test. I'm assuming here that it can do this fight with a SIG 200 Wolverine because of the healing that he's going to be able to take on. So let's take a look. So far it's looking very promising. You know, obviously he's getting beat up quite a lot. He's launching a couple of specials, critting pretty hard. A lot of it has to do with the synergies that I brought in for this team, but I brought this team on purpose. It's this design on a specific purpose for you to just let this auto fight and forget about it, you know. It looks like he's going to be able to do this Winter Soldier fight. He's going to do it. Yeah, just looking over those numbers of bleeds and just the damage he's doing. I wish he would heal a little bit more, but it's okay. Just because I want him to be good for the next fight. Oof, that was a big hit. But he's healing like crazy at 644. Okay, he did the fight. Let's take a look at how quickly he did the fight here. Oh, we can't because of the auto fight. Okay. Let's stop. No. Okay, let's quit out that fight. Obviously, it picked my strongest champion, but let's say you have an eye on it. Let's go back in with Wolverine with the health that he had to see if he can take down this Captain Marvel with just being at 73% health. Let's see if he's gonna be able to do it. I don't know if he's gonna die. If he's not gonna be able to heal as much. He is launching his specials as soon as he gets them, so that doesn't help. So let's take a look. But the bleed is amazing. All right, can we get some big health? Ooh, launch that special again. I'm running recoil. You know what? Another test of this would be with taking recoil completely off. That would actually be a really good test. As I am dying because of the recoil. Yeah, he's gonna die. He's dead. Okay, so he died when it comes to Captain Marvel. I think I want to do this again, but without the taking off the mastery setup. Want to do a test of Wolverine, fully boosted, by the way. Did this earlier with suicides, and I took them off because I want to see the difference with these fully boost active to see how quickly these fights go. My mastery setup is a little bit different. But let's take a look at how much bleed I can do, how much damage I can knock out when it comes to these opponents. If I keep spamming, by the way, the special 2. So I'm going to try to just spam the special 2. That way I get some power back. But let's take a look. The bleed so far is looking fairly good. I did activate deep wounds this time for my masteries. So let's see here. Dealing a little bit more damage on the bleeds. Healing is incredible. And maybe that's the last special 2. Should do it. Perfect. Done. Down she goes. This fight took approximately, let's take a look here at the clock, 45 seconds. Wow. Still a very quick fight. Now, fully boosted, to keep that in mind. Let's move on to Juggernaut. Okay, I gotta say, it is more impressive when I'm running full recoil mastery setups because my damage crits are just a bit higher than what I'm seeing here right now without them. So it might be ideal just to have them on if you just want to go through this content like extremely fast. It just seems like he's dealing more damage with them on for sure. We're gonna go all the way to a special 2. That's what I didn't want him to do, but the bleeds are still ticking, which is really nice. And there we go. And I think finish him off with a special 2, and that's it. 43 hits, full yellow bar at 43 seconds. 44 hits there, I guess, at the end and register. Okay, let's go on to fight number 3, as he is a full horseman, just taking down these fights here again. Seeing the difference though, seeing the incredible difference when it comes to having your recoil set up on. The crits are definitely harder when that you're running that with the boost, by the way. It's just a big difference, I guess. And the cool thing about that is that I was losing the 5%. Anything else, I was not really taking on any other damage. Wow, this one's fast. This is gonna go fast. As I'm getting good RNG on the bleeds here. Whoa, yeah, one special 2 and it's done. 46 hits, probably didn't even need those special 2 at the end. That was 38 seconds. That was a quick fight. The one that I can see that's going to be a bit longer is going to be that vision. That vision fight is definitely going to be a little longer because of the fact that we can't make him bleed. Since we're getting a lot of damage from the bleed, we are critting, but not as much as I wanted to. As I wanted to see him crit, but the bleed is what are the big damage. I mean, I can't even tell what bleed is what. Or just a bunch of critical bleeds are just being put out there, and she should be KO. That was also a very quick 26-second fight. These health pools are like 500,000 health, and Wolverine doesn't matter. It does not matter. 26 seconds. Let's go again. We're just gonna class disadvantage. This is gonna take a bit longer, I know for sure, but we're just gonna still go for the special 2, as probably that's gonna give us the most damage. But let's keep at it. I foresee this fight taking just over a minute, maybe like close to 2 minutes, because oh, that was a good amount of crits right there. I was gonna say because of her crits, but yeah, Wolverine's still doing a good job at 4,500. I think that's the highest crits at 4,800 that I'm getting. Let me see if we can do a special 2 and get a little bit more higher crit there. Oof, not a single crit. That was very unlucky there on the special 2. So 4,800 still on just the damage. Nope. Trying to see 431, 31, 48, 56. See if we can land a big special 2. 13,000, just 1 crit. Again, this is not looking good for sure. When it comes to how much time we're actually going to be in this fight. The next one that I'm really looking forward to is the Wolverine fight. That one, because of his healing, can also take quite a while. There we go. Okay, we got some crits there. That was nice. Let's push him to another. Maybe we might need like maybe 2 or 3 more special 2s that I foresee needing here just to take him down. Let's see how it kind of plays out here. Wow, nice. Yeah, probably gonna be needing that second special 2, maybe even a third, as we are getting down to 18%. I do have 1 point an assassin, so let's see if that is causing us to crit more. Yes, we are. 20,000 crit, that 1% bug, but we got him down. How many hits? Let's take a look at the time here and hit count. Hit count, we definitely got hit there once. 153 at 2 minutes. Okay, a lot longer than I expected it to take. I thought it was gonna be like just maybe a minute and a half, but over 2 minutes that fight. But still not bad. I mean, obviously we're getting spoiled when we're doing fights in like 20 to 30 seconds. So that's yeah. 2 minutes is too long. Let's see here, and that's let's just. This guy's a little stingy right now. He's kind of blocking a lot of my hits. So let's go back, stack those bleeds. And to be honest, I kind of forget Black Panther's special animation. So kind of just playing it a little bit slower. I did forget, but we have 10 bleeds on him. Again, overkill with the special 2. Probably should just let him do and let him die. But it's 44 seconds. Okay, this is where it starts getting really interesting. We're gonna be critting. She might heal block us, might poison us, constantly power drain us. So we're gonna see what she does, because Scarlet Witch, fighting a Scarlet Witch can be very annoying. So let's, especially since we're critting so much. Gotta be careful that we don't push her. Well, it doesn't matter if we push her to special 3. I was gonna say don't push her special 3, but she literally just drained our power, so it doesn't matter. So okay, she's got again like a heal block, which is very common, especially when you're healing on her to apply that. But our bleeds are just dealing tons of damage. She's already at 31%. Still a bunch of crit bleeds, just dealing away 10%. At this point, we're just gonna let her die. There we go, and bleed damage just took over. Let's see how long this fight took. 41 seconds. Bleed was just 151,000 on the bleeds. Okay, this is the fight that I am very interested in doing, because he's gonna heal so much. He's got a very low health pool at 400,000, but the healing that Wolverine has here is incredible. So let's
see how it plays out. I'm hoping that we can control it a bit. Let's see. There we go. Let him launch that special one, please. There we go. Launch a special one. Trying to see if we can control that bleed, but healing, which we are doing a good job. And perfect. Just cooperated really well there. Okay. We just need him to throw another special one. Come on. Don't let my bleeds fall off. Jeez. Now he might actually heal quite a lot. Okay, we got some bleeds. Really good. And he's down. He completely melted him. He didn't care for his healing. Let's see how long that took. Again, we were being very careful. 1 minute and 10 seconds. Very impressive because this is a very annoying fight that basically you might get stuck on. But between Vision and that Wolverine, those are probably the 2 longest fights we're going to deal with. Let's go into Black Bolt, and Black Bolt should be melting fairly quickly too. Let's just get to a special 2. And I almost want to not even hit him after launching my special 2 because he's just going to bleed out. He's definitely going to bleed out. If they can bleed, Wolverine has it. He has it in the bag. There's nothing that they can do to stop him if they can bleed. Here we go. We got 8 bleeds. Can we just stack another 8 bleeds there? I think we let him go. We let him just bleed out. 33 seconds. Tons of stacks of bleeds. It's just going all over crazy. Wolverine's phenomenal. Again, there's an entire team fully boosted. Fights are 20 to 30 seconds long. It's incredible. Let's see here what this Hulk fight looks like. And I think this fight is going to go just as smooth as the other fight, as Hulk can bleed, and he's so easy to launch that special 2 for the most part. But we're going to push myself to a special 2. Probably launch that special 2 and just wait it out. Maybe add some more bleeds in there as we wait it out. There we go. And let's see how long this took. Okay. Overall, my experience with Wolverine, it just takes me back to when I started playing the game. Basically, you just want to sustain those bleeds. And if they can bleed, Wolverine will take them out. Now, we're going to come back and do some testing, some different testing when it comes to Wolverine too. Like I said, I was fully boosted for this run. Just to see how fast he can do these fights. But I want to wait until these boosts fall out. So we'll come back in literally about 30 minutes to see how he does at rank 4, how he can do battleground fights. Can he do battleground fights as long as they bleed? Is he worth adding to your deck because of the bleeding factor that he does? So we'll come back to do that test and see how he performs. All right, guys, so now I want to go ahead and bring a full synergy team around Wolverine at a rank 4 SIG 200 without any recoils to see if he's sustainable to farm health pots. Now, that's the idea of him, is not to play the game, not to control it, just to see how far he can go without the recoil mastery, taking away 5% health. Now, of course, the power drain that Winter Soldier does is very annoying for this specific purpose of testing, because that is ideally what I don't want it to happen, and he just keeps doing it. What is this Winter Soldier doing? And so far I guess I'm not paying attention. I'm actually seeing if he does actually do a bleed there against Winter Soldier, and he has not. but he is definitely taking some bleeds. There we go. We got a critical bleed. We got one critical bleed and just 2 regular bleeds on versus this Winter Soldier. But we're back to 100% health. This is a very interesting test, as this might be a go-to for farming health pots. Okay, I know Kabam is at the moment taking away the way we farm revives. And in this video, whether they see it or not, I doubt it, they will. It is going to be for you to see and some information for you to know about if you decide to go for Winter Soldier through the caps, or if you decide to get Winter Soldier? If you decide to go for Wolverine through the caps or the arena and get them to an entire SIG 200 and add those 6 stones into them. Again, this is one of those scenarios where you just literally walk away and you time it and ideally come back in about a minute and just say, okay, is the fight over? Can I look at the fight? Should I focus and just come back and check? Whether you play on iPad, ideally you want to do this on a bigger screen. That way, when you're just looking at it from the corner of your eye, and that is typically how I normally farm items when it comes to health pots or revives. That is how I did it. I did it in a bigger device and kind of kept it in the corner of my eye, obviously doing some work or doing something else. And if I saw that I was done or my champions died or they needed some attention, I would go and just click, the item that it needed it to, and then move on. But here we are. It is taking quite a few minutes, again, because of the bad power drain that was happening from Winter Soldier and the fact that we're using bleeding. But now we're actually stacking those bleeds. So now the only thing that would pop and put the little cherry on top is not the power drain again, but it was a healing. I needed a healing. Okay, so he's got some healing, but because he has no power, he's healing over 16. Did some healing there at 25. And again, he just seems to go ahead and just want to get smacked in the face. There we go. We got some critical bleeds. Almost had a heavy there. We're healing over 365, that's nice. He went ahead and launched his special one, of course, draining his entire power. And there we go. No healing, but we did get the KO. We're not going to be able to see the time because, again, it literally finished. But what we're going to do is we're going to put in Wolverine, because as you saw there, we basically had to manage that unless you bring a lower rate 4 stars when it comes to your synergy teams. That way the AI automatically always ends up picking Wolverine, which is the highest, if you get him to rank 4, because the AI tries to pick the strongest opponents, especially if you just got done fighting that Winter Soldier. You're going to lose a lot of health like you just noticed me here do. Okay, so here we are at a special 3. And I was hoping that he wouldn't launch it, but he did. But he lost his entire bars of powers, which means he lost the form of healing. And it looks like Captain Marvel's just going to, it's going to KO him. Okay. So that's as far as he can go. So you can definitely do that Winter Soldier fight very easily for farming purposes. Just jumping into that fight alone on its own. So, interesting. I mean, this is good data to just test again and just know when it comes to like farming resources. We have probably content coming out in the next literally weeks. I can foresee, we talked about it in the live streams that I think this is coming out soon. So if you are lucky, whether it's calf crystals or are going to be putting up the grind for the feature Wolverine, and get him that way and want to start stacking those health pots, ideally this is what you want to do. There's many other options. I believe Brian Grant made a video on a specific team to bring in just to farm that was a little bit sustainable. But again, this is another example of a champion that deals a lot of damage and heals at the same time, because that is what you need to be able to farm without you paying attention to the game, just letting it do its thing. Again, here we're looking at still Not the best situation because he keeps power draining us, but he's trying to do his best when it comes to fighting here. Not the fact that he's not having recoil is helping, but it's not helping when it comes to the bleeds. But here we are. Is he gonna launch a special one? Please don't launch a special one. I'm asking him. Don't. Wolverine, please stop launching your special one. But he decides not to. He feels like he's got him. He's got him. I can taste the blood if these blades would just rip through Winter Soldier. But Winter Soldier's outsmarting him by just constantly power draining him with his guns there. So, okay, so he launched again, a special one, got stunned, and most likely, I was going to say, he's going to get power drained there. So, what we're going to do here, as this fight is coming to an end here, as Winter Soldier is at 28, 27 health, as soon as he gets down to like 3% health, what we're going to do is we're going to take over so we can finish it off, so we can actually see the end screen, so we can see the time of this fight. But I want to do it again as he's getting closer. So 3%, perfect. And then we're just gonna do a combo, which most likely he wouldn't have done. Probably would have lasted. We'll add a couple more seconds to the clock here, but I do want to see these stats right now. So that took just let's just be a little bit generous. Let's add 10 more seconds to the clock. So let's say it took him 2 minutes and 31 seconds to take down a Winter Soldier. So if you set a stopwatch or a clock as a reminder, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, come back, check on the fight, and again, just redo the fight. Because if you look at my health, Wolverine is not going to be able to go on to the next fight. So what you're going to want to do is just go in there and basically restart the fight and just get back into it to farming pots. So every 2 to 3 minutes, ideally set a clock, come back, check on your champion, see how he's farming the health pots. Hopefully he is. That's, again, a way of doing it if you want to not pay attention to the farming of your health pots. What do you think?